The following is a presentation of PH Athletics. Just as we get the face-off, we welcome you to Mahwah High School in Mahwah, New Jersey, just off Route 17. The Bergen Invitational Boys Lacrosse Semifinal between Mahwah and Pascack Hills. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Matthew Merlino, along with Michael McKay, my cameraman and co-commentator today. We thank you for spending a little bit of your Tuesday with us. The winner of this game to play the winner of number 3 Old Tappan and number 2 Riverdale in the Bergen Invitational final soon. If Mahwah wins, it will be here. If Hills wins, it will be at the winner of that game. This is the 1 versus 4 matchup right now. Mahwah readying with Robert Malcolm the Jr. on the defense. And this is Jack Abrams, who works it over to Cam Robitor, the leading assister for the Thunderbirds, and now Daniel Tavidian. Far outside, that was Stephen Lewis for his second. Now Robitor with it once again. Maybe he's looking to charge. Robitor with some good defense by Onikian, but he's able to find Sanchez, and the shot from Lewis goes in. The Thunderbirds take a quick 1-0 lead. So a talk here with the Hills defenders and their goalie Brendan Singleton. But we should get back underway shortly. Early goal about a minute 15 into the game.
I have a feeling if we keep getting these fast-paced goals, we may have a high-scoring game here.
We'll see. Leron Barak once again facing off for Hills, but it looks like it will be Brandon Sklar winning it for the Thunderbirds. Now Matt Adumba. And they'll switch off the lines. This is Cam Sanchez now. And it's Sanchez still with it. And he'll go over to Lewis now. Sanchez mishandling, now a chase on the other end. Luca Pinto there, number 26. Mahwah got it back, trying to work another offensive play here. Mishandle from Mikey Brennig and picked up for a moment by Malcolm. Now Onikian trying to get it in there. It's about 10 people over there, but it ends up with Lewis and the Thunderbirds still pressuring Hills. They have not been on the attacking end yet. Mahwah for a 2-0 lead. Hit. No whistles on the floor now. Park trying to get it up there. Looks like Mahwah may get it. And it looks like Daniel Tavidian working his way over and gaining possession back for the Thunderbirds. Now Lewis. Sent it back over to Mikey Brannig. And here is Robitor. Robitor and Sanchez, the two cams, passing it back and forth, but now it's with Brannig. Brannig tried to fire, but was blocked. He's the leading goal scorer for the Thunderbirds. Now a long shot score from Sanchez. Low release, hit the top corner, and makes it a 2-0 Thunderbird lead. Well, Hills coming into this game on a 4-game winning streak, including 2 straight wins against Demrest, 1 regular season and 1 on Saturday, the BIT quarterfinal win.
Yeah.
Where CJ Driver, I'm sure as you all know, broke the Bergen County point record, which was held by a Mahwah graduate before Driver broke it. The Thunderbirds still with the offensive pressure. I don't think Hills has had it in their end the entire game just yet. Brannig about 4 minutes into the first quarter. And he finds a subbing on Stephen Lewis, who goes down to Sanchez. Sanchez pressured a little bit by Lundgren. Now they work it to the goal line. Sanchez with it again up top. Loose ball off the stick of Robitor now. Park in there with the pole trying to get there. Weaver's also there, but it gets kicked out to Lewis on the outside. Tavidian behind the net now with Preston Duffy. And here's Robitor. Robitor went to Brannig. Now mishandles on the pass back. Robitor gets it back after pressure from Weaver and Park. And here comes the long shot bouncing in front of Singleton, out and staying. That one missed from Brannig. It'll be Connor Soha who's able to keep things going. Soha on the outside will bounce it over. That one to Robitor. And now a long shot bouncing into Singleton's mask, and they'll flip it back to him. So maybe Hills with a chance to get things going on offense here. They work it to Connor Onikian. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. A 2-0 Mahwah lead. Here's CJ Driver with his first touch of the game. Driver will wait for everything to get settled. Now he goes over to Michael Weaver. And he's got Sam Kwan, who's just subbed on. Kwan on the far sideline, fires down to the junior Logan Nassau. Nassau with it off the pass back. And he'll take it all the way out to the 30. Nassau with it. And now this looks like Alex Davis, the freshman, getting some solid minutes on the offensive end. Turnaround missed from Driver. Out of bounds. It will stay. Weird rules in lacrosse because it's whoever is closest on a shot when it goes out of bounds. So that's why Hills keeps it here, because Christian Jesuel was the closest player to the ball. Driver off the shot, whips it into the top corner. Nice goal there, and the assist will be credited to Mike Weaver.
And now we have a game that really starts to kick off.
So the Hills offense finally getting something going. We'll see if they can continue that streak. They've not been very fortunate on the little face-offs that we've had. We'll see if this one goes their way. It is Leron Barak for the Broncos and Brandon Sklar for the Thunderbirds.
If you're Hills, you try not to dig a hole too far that you can't climb out of, because it's going to be a really rough day if you have to keep playing comeback the whole time.
Sklar and the Thunderbirds tried to get something off quick, but the shot went wide from Connor Soha. It'll stay with Mahwah now as they change off their face-off team. Brannig's shot goes wide. Another Mahwah possession here after the shot. And they'll calm things down a little bit here. Under 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. With it behind the net. Brannig now off the pass from Sanchez. Tried to send it through. Got deflected on the ground and picked up by Malcolm. Now a chase as the pass went wide. Malcolm running out and trying to get there. It goes out, and the referees will say it is Hill's ball. So here is Weaver now. And he'll give it back to Pinto, and now to Singleton, the goalie, who goes out wide to Onikian. Nikian going to work it down to Jesuel now. Driver. Got it back to Mike Weaver. Hill's trying to tie things up here with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Weaver behind the net, mishandled by Davis. He's able to get it back in his stick. Alex Davis, only a freshman, but he already has a goal and 3 assists on the season. Now Weaver. Weaver, the senior, launches a far one, missed it wide, out and going down to the Thunderbirds. So now Mahwah with another chance to take a multi-goal lead. Let's see if they get it here. Daniel Tavidian with the score. Three to 1 for the Thunderbirds, who despite yesterday or Saturday's win over Fairlawn, Friday's win, 17-5. Before that, they were on a 5-game losing streak. We'll see if they can get on a winning streak today. So here is Barak going up against Sklar. And we have a whistle now, which will give things to the Thunderbirds. Stephen Lewis with 3:46 on the clock in the first. Connor Soha will ground it. And now this looks like Robitor, who finds Sanchez and gets it back. Now here's Lewis up top. Sent it down to Brennick. Long shot. Oh, just off the stick of Singleton. And it went all the way to midfield and further.
Almost jumped into
Bouncing
bleachers
over
there.
the fence, yeah. Went over the bleachers. Fan will get it. We thank her. And now this is Preston Duffy, who will find Stephen Lewis, and we'll get back underway. Lewis gonna jog in. Now it's Brennick. Camera went out for a second. Now it's back. Don't worry. Brennick with a nice find on Singleton, and now the Thunderbirds take a 3-goal lead.
The Thunderbirds are really trying to make an offensive masterclass here, really trying to dig a hole that Hills can't climb out of here.
A 4-1 lead for the Mahwah Thunderbirds with 2:53 now remaining in the first quarter. And another face-off win for Sklar. And he'll go down to Cam Sanchez. Lightning fast Daniel Tavidian coming in from the sideline. Now here is Robitor finding Brennick. Brennick going back to Robitor now. He'll fire a long one, and it gets through. Cam Robitor with the score to make it 5-1. Well, we went from a 1-goal game to a 4-goal game rather quickly. And it looks like Coach John Esposito and the Pascack Hills Broncos are going to take a timeout. Welcome back to Mahwah. Happy to be here. And And a 5-1 lead for the Thunderbirds over the Broncos in this Bergen Invitational semifinal game. The winner of this playing the winner of Old Tappan and Riverdale, as Liron Barak nearly had it, but now the officials will give it over to Mahwah. So here come the Thunderbirds up by 4. And it's Connor Soha who dumped it off as they make a line change. This looks like Tavidian, who bounces one. Brannig will recover it. With 1:45 left in the first, Mikey Brannig going over to Soha. Soha trying to find Lewis, but it went out. And no, it's going to be kept in. By the looks of it, that's Robitor. Robitor going to find Tavidian now. And a low shot from Soha with a nice save from Singleton. Now in some trouble outside. It gets hit as he tried to hit it up. Bounces into the stands. Looked like it was Sanchez making the deflection. Should get back underway quickly here with 1:21 to go. Here is Mikey Brannig. Brannig in double coverage with Driver down there. Now Soha bounced it in front. It got blocked back to him. Brannig knocked it out. It will go out and down to Hills. Trying to get a much needed offensive play going. Before the end of this first quarter, they have a minute to do so. Let's see, Driver rockets one right into the stick of Soha. The interception for Mahwah. Now here's Tavidian. Tavidian with the shot, and he scores at top corner. Big Mahwah run. 6-1 now. And now 4 straight goals for the Thunderbirds with under 50 seconds left in the quarter.
Hills is going to have to find some way to answer this, or this is going to be a really one-sided game for the rest of the game.
Let's see if they can try and get something back on this face-off. It will be another Sklar victory. And now Brendan Sklar goes to dump it down to Cam Robitor. Robitor rocketed one off the post. Heavy contact as they try to gain possession back. Sanchez looks like he'll get it. And now here's Brannig. Brannig going down. And Singleton with a nice save there on Sanchez. We'll see if he's got time to do anything. Just 7 seconds now, and it looks like we'll end the first quarter. A big first period for the Mahwah Thunderbirds, leading 6-1 over Pascack Hills in the BIT semifinal. I'd like to welcome you back to Mahwah and thank the folks who've let us come on in here and do our thing. Their athletic director, Roger Pelletier, and their head coach, Timothy Culity, allowing us to use their facilities today and bring to you this BIT semifinal game, which right now is going in the way of the Mahwah Thunderbirds. They lead 6-1 over Pascack Hills, especially because of the face-off wins from Brandon Sklar. He just got another one. And we'll keep things going. Mahwah on the offensive end. It's Brannig. And went over to Daniel Tavidian. Tavidian gets it back. Checks from Peter Park. Pass from Sanchez. Winds up with Brannig. Now this is Duffy. Duffy faked the shot. Now Brannig has one go a little wide. It'll stay with Mahwah. And this is Robitor. Duffy. Readying for a charge now. Preston Duffy going through. Big save. Brendan Singleton making the save on Preston Duffy and finding Connor Onikian on a nice pass. Onikian now to Nassau. Hills tried to get a little fast break going but couldn't. Driver outside, goes over to Davis, the freshman, down to the goal line with Weaver. Here's Nassau now, readying, shot wide. Jesuel over there, staying with Hills. See what Christian Jesuel, the sophomore, can do. Now it's Mike Weaver. Weaver to Nassau, and now back to Davis. Sam Kwan. And now Jesuel. Weaver out to Davis once again. Things slowing down for Hills as they try to get a good opportunity. Under 10 minutes until halftime. Need to get momentum back on their side. Here is Sam Kwan. Works it down to Mike Weaver. Weaver directing. Nassau again will go down to the senior. Weaver out to Kwan once again at about the 35. Now they go down to Nassau trying to run a play. Kwan again. Tried to go down to Weaver. Bounced in front. Chaos breaking out. Mahwah trying to get it back up. Nassau can't get over there in time. It's Casey Piccolo who picked it up. Now it was Ben Tomaskovich. Shot went wide. Out. Hills ball. And here's Onikian. He'll go to Weaver now. Weaver with under 9 left in the second. Weaver goes over. It's Davis. Davis trying to drive, spinning with Robitor on the coverage. It's Weaver now with Sam Kwan. Kwan trying to drive through. Jump shot missed. Out staying. Just past Cole Baruta, the Mahwah goalie. Hills ball still. Here's Logan Nassau. Nassau. Mishandled on the pass. Robitor with the interception and now sprinting down. Weaver right in front of him. Robitor now looking to ready for a shot, but has to take it behind. Pass, good one to Sanchez, and the Thunderbirds score. (7-1) now for Mahwah.
Hills has got to find a way to win the faceoffs now if they want to have a chance to come back.
I think they've only won one all day.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I believe that was the only goal that Hills got all day.
We'll see if fortunes change in the second half as well as the rest of this second quarter. Peter Park with it. A timeout for Coach John Esposito, his second and final of the first half. Back after the timeout, Peter Park. Looks like he's with it. No, that is Mike Weaver, and he'll go to Brendan Singleton now, the goalie. Singleton in a little bit of trouble at midfield, trying to break the defense of Brannig. Now throws a heater over to Onikian, who gets it back. Onikian shot just wide. Out and going down to Mahwah, it looks like. With 7:26 left in the second quarter. At midfield, Stephen Lewis. Lewis going down. Nice pass to Brannig, who bounces it in. Eight 1 Thunderbirds. Ready for another face-off here. On the break, it looks like Sklar will win another one. Now, 4 defenders converge on him, and he has to find Preston Duffy. Duffy went down now as Mahwah makes a change. That looked like Connor Soha. And now it's with Robitor. Robitor with Onikian on the coverage. Sends it down to the goal line. Shot blocked away from Sanchez, staying. Brannig there. Brannig worked it down. Maybe a wraparound for Robitor, but missed the pass inside. Malcolm taking a spill. And it works its way back to Mahwah. There's Duffy. Preston Duffy with it right here. And now here's Tavidian. Going back behind to Soha. Robitor. Tavidian with it again. Pass was blocked down by Pinto and into the stick of Brendan Singleton. Singleton still with it here. And now he'll pass to Logan Nassau, who finds a cutting Luca Pinto. Pinto loses it, a good check for Mahwah, but it will stay with Hills. Onikian able to get there, and now here is Mike Weaver. Weaver goes out to CJ Driver. And now it's Nassau. Nassau
Just missed.
tried to find Driver, but he mishandled it. He'll get it back, though. Logan Nassau, the junior, turning things around, and now right back to work. Looked like he was going to shoot, but instead went to Alex Davis behind the net. Davis, whose brother Ryan is a key contributor to multiple Hills teams in his 4 years as a Bronco. Now CJ Driver. Driver, his shot over the net. Out of bounds, staying with Hills. Looks like Davis will have it. Davis now going to Mike Weaver. Weaver
Just
tried to go over to Driver, but Driver wasn't ready. Mahwah ball off of that mistake. High pass from Baruta going down to Sanchez now after a couple bounces. Sanchez trying to drive in, maybe looking for a pass now. Goes down to Soha. Connor Soha. Still with it. And dumped it off now to Brennick. Mikey Brennick now with Robitor. Robitor back down to Soha. Now it works its way over to Brennick. Brennick again with it now. Looks like Micah Kadem on the coverage. Nice jump in there from Mike Weaver. A good play to gain possession back. And now they work it up to Nassau, who takes a little slip in the wet conditions. Luca Pinto tries to get it back, but instead the Thunderbirds pressure once again. Sanchez tried to find Brannick. Pass went over and out. Hills ball with 2:32 until halftime, still down 8-1. Weaver tried to find Singleton, who lost it. And now Singleton will come out. Singleton. Nice pass up to Jesuel. Shot just missed. Out of bounds. And it will go to Mahwah. It's a good idea, just not the best execution. 2:07 to go in the second quarter.
At this point, you're really trying to get anything, hope it sticks.
Driver was pressuring Piclo, but now Thunderbirds work their way up. This is Preston Duffy for a moment. He'll go over to Cam Robitor. Robitor on the bottom of your screen. Had John Rothschild in his face. Shot ricochets out. And it looks like we may have a man-up situation. Flag was down at the far end of the field. See who's sitting. Looks like it'll be Mike Weaver for Hills. Back over with Daniel Tavidian, and Mahwah a man up. Already up 7 goals. Brennig off the pass from Robitor. Takes a long one. Bounces off Singleton's stick. Good save from the senior. Still Mahwah with it. Shot wide. Out. And it looks like Hill's ball. So here is Onikian, who will take things back in. Onikian now down to Weaver. Weaver trying to find Davis, but it got tangled up and saved by Cole Baruta. And we'll get back underway. Baruta, under a minute left in the first half. Here's Stephen Lewis and Mahwah trying to pile things on. Singleton with a nice save. 30 seconds left in the first half. Singleton hit as he released. Kadem trying to work his way over, but it will be Nassau. Now here is Onikian with just 20 to go. Would be nice to get at least one back on the board. 15 left. Onikian. Don't have time to set something up. Pass went over Jesuel with 7, and it goes out with 7.3. And they'll probably just pass it into the goalie Baruda here, and we'll go to halftime. Let's see. No, they're just going to fling it all the way downfield. Bounces off a stick into Robitor's stick. Sanchez can't get it, but we go to the half with an 8-1 Mahwah Thunderbird lead over Pascack Hills. Halftime here, and our score 7-1 for Mahwah over Pascack Hills. And let's give you our Hill Sports update for today, Tuesday, May 6th. Yesterday, on the 5th, 2 major golf events happening. Our girls golf team, and I remind you, only in its second year of competition, finishing 3rd of the 10 teams at the North Group B State Championships, with Alana Karuru tying for 8th on the par 71 course, shooting a 92. Elizabeth Wong, the senior, also shooting a 93. That was good enough for 10th. Meanwhile, boys golf at the North Group 1 Sectional Championships, finishing 16th of the 25 teams there. Kevin Agronovich, the best of the Hills players, tying for 45th with an 88 on the par 70 course. And we were in the rain for a girls lacrosse W against Paramus Catholic, advancing in the BIT. It was the quarterfinal game there, and they won it 15-9. Sloane Irizarry, the senior, with 5 goals and an assist, and 6 points total. Astrid Veloso, the junior, with 4 goals, no assists, so 4 points for her. And Asia Crandall didn't have to do much, just 5 saves and 9 goals against for the junior goalie. As for county tournaments and where our Hills teams stand in said county tournaments, baseball is the 11th seed. They'll be at number 6 Bergen Catholic tomorrow in Lyndhurst for the round of 16 in the championship bracket of the Bergen County Tournament. We will be there. It will be tape delayed broadcast from Lyndhurst, and the winner playing the winner of number 3 Ramapo and number 14 Rutherford in the quarterfinals. This boys lacrosse team, as we've said if you've watched, playing as the 4 seed. Mahwah is the 1 seed in the Bergen Invitational Boys Lacrosse Tournament this year. This is the semifinals. The winner will play the winner of number 2 Riverdale and number 3 Old Sapan in the BIT final. Girls lacrosse is also the 4 seed in their Bergen Invitational Tournament. They'll be at number 1 seeded Holy Angels tomorrow in their BIT semifinal. If they win, they'll play the winner of Saddle River Day and Riverdale in the BIT final. And softball is the 26th overall seed, but the second best seed in the BIT of the BIT participants. Top 24 in the championship bracket. The losers of the preliminary round in the championship play the winners of the preliminary round in the invitational. Softball was able to get a win against Fort Lee, so they advanced. They play Dumont, who drops down after a loss to Waldwick tomorrow. It will be at Dumont. That's the BIT round of 16, and if they win that, they'll play the winner of Mahwah and Paramus. Today, 2 events happening. Of course, here, boys lacrosse against Mahwah. We also have boys tennis in a league match at Indian Hills, and we wish them luck. Tomorrow, many things happening. Track and field in the Big North Novice Meet at Ramsey tomorrow. Girls golf is against Riverdale at Rivervale's Country Club. Don't get them mixed up. They're playing Riverdale, but at the Rivervale Country Club. And boys golf has their division day at Rockley Country Club. We'll be in Lyndhurst at Riverside Park for baseball, taking on Bergen Catholic in the Bergen County Tournament round of 16. We wish good luck to girls lacrosse, who's at Holy Angels in the BIT semis, and good luck to softball, who's at Dumont in the BIT round of 16. And then boys lacrosse taking on Cedar Grove at home tomorrow. We have a very busy week. Today we're in Mahwah. Tomorrow we're in Lyndhurst for Bergen versus us. Thursday we are home for girls lacrosse, a big league game for them against Wayne Hills at 4:30. And then Friday, end the week with us, 4:30, girls lacrosse against Mary Help of Christians. Thanks for joining us. We have the second half coming up for you right now. Welcome back to Mahwah, just off Route 17 at Mahwah High School. A 7-1 Thunderbird lead at the end of the first half. We'll see if they can hold on in these final 24 minutes. It's Micah Kadem, seems already picking up the flag as Brandon Sklar picks up the face-off win. Ball goes out, and we'll see who's a man up. So Mahwah will be a man up here. It looks like Kadem, the one sitting. Just 10 seconds in to the third quarter. This is Mikey Brennig going back up top to Stephen Lewis. Now Sanchez back down to Brennig. Brennig with a nice pass and an even better goal from Cam Robitor to open the third quarter.
That was a really nice shot there.
Jumped and found the top corner. Really not much Brendan Singleton could do about that one. 7-goal Thunderbird lead. They do compete, Hills and Mahwah, in the same section for the state tournament. Hopefully this is not the same situation. As for PowerPoints, when we came in, Mahwah was 19th of the 23 teams, I believe, whereas Hills was 10th. So maybe they aren't as much of a gospel as some would think. Sklar with another face-off win, already working it down. Good catch from Connor Soha. Now here's Brennig. Brennig, low shot. He scores it. Call it 9-1. They have played just 3 times, Hills and Mahwah in boys lacrosse, obviously league opponents in the Big North Patriot and multiple other sports, and league opponents in the Super Football Conference when it comes time for football season in the fall. But in these 3 boys lacrosse meetings, Mahwah has taken all of them, including a state tournament win in 23 and a county tournament win back in 2013. Hills has yet to beat Mahwah in NJ.com recorded history going back to 2011. Connor Soha with it here. He is pressured by Peter Park. Soha going to take it back to midfield where he goes to Mikey Brannig. Now Brannig working it down to Sanchez. And now Robitor. Sanchez again, now Brannig again, going down to Robitor again. And here's Brannig, back down to Robitor, and Brannig will get it right back, readying for a shot. He scores it again. 10-1 Thunderbirds now. And that 3 goals actually, just coming in the first minute and 57 seconds of the third quarter. This has not been a pretty game. Leron Barak back to facing off for Hills. He'll go up again against Brandon Sklar. And Sklar with another face-off win. He's been incredible in that circle. Low shot goes wide from Robitor. Hills will get possession here. Their one goal seeming very long ago. It does look like maybe Mahwah will get it. Luca Pinto, it looks like, was searching. But Mahwah will have the ball still. That's Brannig cutting behind the net. Sent it out, maybe trying to find Soha or Lewis. It will stay with the Thunderbirds now. Casey Piclo coming down with the pole. Lewis sends it down to Soha. Brannig going right back. It was Sanchez, now Robitor, and Tavidian with a little trouble, but got it back. Brannig with it still. Mikey Brannig trying to break the defense of CJ Driver. Brannig still with it though. Sohan now. Got it back to Tavidian. Daniel Tavidian with the pass to Mikey Brannig. Leading goal scorer coming into this game for the Thunderbirds on the season. Robitor going up and over. Goes down to Lewis. Now behind the net with Tavidian. And here's Robitor. Robitor with the pass over to Sanchez, who rips a long one into the net. 11-1. And once again in the center circle, Barak and Sklar. Back underway, Sklar with the face-off win once again. Sanchez still has it, now rolls it on the floor over to Robitor. Robitor outside to Lewis. He'll get it back. And now sent down to Sanchez with Brannig now. And that one just a little far for Sanchez. Out of bounds. Hills ball. See if they can do something with it. Connor Onikian starts. Goes to CJ Driver. Desperate to at least get another one on the board. See if they can. Their one goal seeming so long ago. Great pass down to Christian Jesuel, who turns and scores. See if they can keep this momentum going, but I'm not sure there's even enough time left. 7:31 still to go in the third, plus 12 in the fourth. 11-2. The Thunderbirds still with a commanding lead on Pascack Hills. Sklar yet again with the face-off W. Now losing it was Lewis, taken back by Mike Weaver, who loses it himself, and picked up by Casey Piclo. Now here is Lewis with it once again. Pass or shot went just a little wide and out of bounds.
Probably going to send it long here, I would think. Nope.
It'll be Singleton's job probably to send it long right now. We'll see if he finds anybody of note. Looking maybe to go to Onikian. And they're going to call an offside penalty on Hills. So Mahwah will get possession. Thunderbirds trying to press the advantage as Singleton makes his way back to his crease. Sanchez with it. Open chance, score for Soha. 12-2. Mahwah has essentially controlled this game from the beginning. I mean, they had a goal in the first minute. And while Hills did make it a one-goal game early in the first quarter, it was just Thunderbirds all the way through.
Yeah, but I don't think there's been any penalty shots yet.
Soha on the sideline, pressured a little bit by Park. Rolls it out to midfield for Brannick. And now Lewis. Brannick again going back over to Stephen Lewis, and now it'll be Brannick going down to the goal line with Soha sent back out. Lewis with Brannick again, and Stephen Lewis will get it right back, but he'll find Brannick, and they'll go down to Soha again with 5.5 left in the third. Soha again keeping things slow. Now Brannick. Lewis with the pass to Frankie Pelicano, who's made his way on. Pelicano looking to score. Shot went over.
For the camera as well.
Back underway. And this pass going a little wide. Looks like Hills will get it here. Rain starting to come down. Mahwah with possession once again. Nice pass back, and the score from Cam Robitor. 13-2, Thunderbird lead. Four minutes and 33 seconds until the end of the third. And we get back underway. Sanchez still with it on the sideline, rolls it again out to Brannick. And Sanchez will get it back as he goes behind to Robitor. Now back out to Pelicano. And now Brannick. Just going to work it around, it looks like here. Brannick. Off the pass from Pelicano, jump catch. Brannick spinning, finding Pelicano again. And it's Brannick. Right back. Frankie Pelicano going down to Connor Soha with 3.5 to go in the third. Soha pressured by Park. Overcomes Pinto. Pass Outside to Sanchez. And now Soha. With Tavidian now on the outside. He'll go over to Pelicano. 3 minutes remain in the third. 15 to go in the game. Here's Robert Malcolm. The junior goes down to Christian Jesuel, the sophomore. Pass outside. Shot just wide from Weaver. Jesuel over there, so ball will stay with Hills. 2:47 to go. Jesuel, the pass. Nassau with a jump catch. Hills trying to pull within 10 now. Sam Kwan on the outside. Here's Kwan again with the coverage from Pelicano. Kwan spinning. Nassau with it once again. Driver. Gets a screen from Nassau. Gives it to him. Nassau pulls back. Tried to go down to Weaver, but the pass was missed out to the Thunderbirds. This is Scott Rosenblatt, the defenseman who's taking it all the way up and now dumping it to Sanchez. Works its way to Soha now, and now Brannick. Nice pass over to Sanchez from Brennig. Another score for the Thunderbirds. It's 14-2. Mahwah has just had a 100-point scorer. That's Mikey Brennig. We were sorting out some audio issues, so we apologize if we went dark. Buzzer has sounded. We congratulate Brennig on scoring 100 career points, and our score 14-2 at the end of the third.
How do I close this?
Back at Mahwah High School in Mahwah, New Jersey. Bergen Invitational Tournament semifinal between Pascack Hills and the Thunderbirds. Boys lacrosse here, the winner, which right now it looks like it'll be Mahwah as they'll get possession here after Brandon Sklar takes a spill. Bless you, Michael.
Thank you.
And the winner here, which looks to me to be like Mahwah right now, is going to take on the winner of Riverdale and Old Tapan, which is the 2 seed versus the 3 seed matchup. Riverdale the 2 and Old Tapan the 3. That game will be here, the BIT final for 2025 in boys lacrosse. Hill's season not over despite the loss, still a league title to try and win. The Broncos in the same league as Old Tappan this year, and they both share the NJILL Cullen League lead after a great save from Brendan Singleton right there. And now a sprint for Onikian as he finds Jesuel. Nice catch there from Kwan. Tough one to make, but he got it. And now it's Jesuel trying to work his way in. We'll go out to Onikian as everything gets set up. Kwan with it. He'll give it into Alex Davis. And now it's Kwan again. Sam Kwan, the senior, one of 11 on this team. His shot blocked on the ground. Kwan 4-on-1 right now, not including the goalie. And Mahwah will come out on top in that one. Scott Rosenblatt picks it up. Now Jesuel coming over, knocks it out, and it will be Hill's ball. So Christian Jesuel with a nice play to get things back going Hills' way as they try to get a little more on the scoreboard. 9:40 to go in the fourth here. 14-2, Mahwah lead. Driver looking for a wraparound, and he scores it. So 14-3. And now midfield, it is Brandon Sklar, who has won essentially every face-off for Mahwah today. He'll go up against Leron Barak, who has taken most of the face-offs for Pascack Hills today. I believe Micah Kadem came in for a couple. And we'll get back underway. So this is Preston Duffy now. Waiting for the Thunderbird offense to get set. 8 minutes to go. And now Robotor with Robert Malcolm shadowing him a little bit. This is Robotor again. Malcolm on the defense. Robotor loses it, gets it back. Now finds an open Henry Kunasic, who scores. Kunasic. 15-3. Again, we want to thank the folks from Mahwah for allowing us to use their facilities. Roger Pelletier, their athletic director, and Timothy Coolity, their boys lacrosse head coach. Looks like the second straight win for the Thunderbirds coming. They'll have a county tournament final at their place, the BIT Championship, against either Riverdale or Old Tappan. And Hill's going to drop to 8-5 on the year, although this is not a league game, so they maintain that perfect league record. A big one against Old Tappan looming in the distance on the schedule. And we'll see what comes of that one. Maybe a de facto league title. and I believe it is at Montvale. Mike Weaver with it behind the net goes to C.J. Driver, number 2, the senior. And now another senior, Sam Kwan. Kwan on the outside. Needing to find somebody, goes over to Alex Davis. And Davis lost it a little bit. Now he got it back. And here's Kwan again. Nassau on the outside, looking for a pass. And tried to go to Jack Courtney. Mishandled it a little. He just came on. Now Courtney went back to Weaver. Kwan with the pass to Nassau. Jump shot score. Nice goal for Logan Nassau in the closing stages here in Mahwah. 15-4. The Thunderbirds leading with 5 minutes and counting to go. Barak and Sklar down to 4.5. Sklar with another face-off win. I believe he's perfect -1 on face-offs today. Here's Kunisic, who, judging by the reaction, scored his first varsity goal earlier. Unconfirmed, however. Connor Soha works it back. Looks like Brad Goldsmith has come in. And Goldsmith still with it here. Preston Duffy now looking to extend the 15-4 lead. Bounces out. Looks like it'll stay because Damon Peterson was closest. And it will be Peterson who passes it back out to Goldsmith. Under 3.5 minutes to go now. Pass out there to Soha. Connor Soha trying to find his way through. Forced out. Went over to Kunisic. Tough catch for Duffy. He lost it, able to keep it in the Mahwah half, so Davis can't get there with under 3 minutes to go. 2:40 left. Duffy trying to break the defense. Pass goes over Kunisic. And now with 2:25 and counting, Hills ball with Luca Pinto. Singleton out of the net. It's Davis. Behind the net, Davis trying to find somebody. Flag goes down. And perhaps a timeout. No, just some substitutions. And it will be Hills ball still, as we get the freshman Roberto Caraballo. Now Alex Davis and John Piero Segreto in there. This is Jacob Cooperman, the junior, with 1:15 left. Now Caraballo, the freshman. 1:10 to go. Here's Davis outside. Caraballo again. With just over a minute. Pass mishandled a little bit by Liron Barak. Barak with 50. Goes over to Davis with 50 on the dot now. Ball dropped, but back into the stick of Segredo. Here's Davis, who lost it. Caraballo there to keep things going with 30 left. Maybe one last shot there from Segredo. Bounced over and out. Looks like Cooperman will go to retrieve it. 20 seconds left. Jacob Cooperman. Maybe one last Hills goal before the end of this one, but it will be Mahwah advancing as Cooperman's shot goes wide. He had a good look at it. And it looks like that will burn the last few seconds off the clock. Davis with a long pass in. Buzzer sounds. The Mahwah Thunderbirds will play for the Bergen Invitational title against either Riverdale or Old Sapan. And they win the BIT semis 15-4 against Pascack Hills. We thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we are in Lyndhurst for baseball in the Bergen County Tournament round of 16 as they take on Bergen Catholic. For my cameraman Michael McKay, I'm Matthew Merlino. So long from Pascack Hills. Thank you for watching this presentation of PH Athletics. For more information, head to hills.pascack.org/athletics.